Shalom. I want to start by giving all praises, fear, glory, and honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Kakwadash. Shalom to you, true, sincere brothers and warriors that are pushing through in these end times to continue fighting the good fight of faith. No matter the obstacle and no matter the challenge, we're going to continue going through our enemy and continue the path. Nothing's going to be able to block us. So let me start with Ezekiel 33 and verse 4. It says, "Then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. He heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning, his blood shall be upon him, but he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul. But if the watchman see the sword come and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thy watchman's hand." And we're blowing the trumpet, and we're making sure that we're blowing the trumpet loudly and loud enough for everyone to hear. Whether people hear or forbear, they hear it, but it's up to you whether you actually receive it and you do what is required of you. Do the drill. And the Lord, He teaches us what we have to do when the warning is alarmed, when the trumpet is blown. You see, there's guidelines that the Lord gives us. Just like in the world, there's guidelines how to exit a building in order. Well, the Lord, He has His own guidelines on how to flee from this time, how to exit the flesh, how to exit the things of the world, and abide in Yahawashi. But the multitude, they're staying in that burning building. They're staying in this world, which is falling down. And our hands are cleansed, man. The men that are blowing the trumpet, they're doing their work. They're doing what is required from Yahawashi, and that is making us clean and innocent. Let me get Baruch 2 in verse 14. Baruch 2 in verse 14. Let's see here. Icon. Baruch 2 verse 14, it reads, "Hear our prayers, O Lord, and our petitions, and deliver us from for thy own sake, and give us favor in thy sight of them which have led us away." You see, and we have a lot of different enemies, from the world. 2/3 of our people, Esau, all these heathens, they're trying to pull us away from the Lord. And we're overcoming death because we're following Yahawashi, and he's going to give us that crown, in the sight of all our enemies. So we just have to make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to do, and not be consumed and be comforted in this world. And don't envy the wicked. You see, let the wicked be wicked still. Baruch 3 verse 26. Okay, verse 26 says, there were the giants famous from the beginning that were of so great stature and so expert in war. Those did not the Lord choose, neither gave he the way of knowledge unto them, but they were destroyed because they had no wisdom and perished through their own foolishness. So, hey, the Lord does not deal with the famous. He's not dealing with the giants. He's not dealing with the ones that have great stature. He's not dealing with the ones that are an expert, in this world. The Lord is only dealing with the ones that are humbly serving the Lord. Let's see. Let me jump to Baruch 6. Baruch 6. And let me start at verse. Let's see. Let me start at verse 5. It says, beware therefore that ye in no wise be like to strangers, neither be ye afraid of them when ye see the multitude before them and behind them, worshiping them. You see that? So, hey, these false prophets, they are just like false gods, false idols. That's what they want. That's why they want men to worship them. You see, they set themselves up like the false gods that are made of wood, silver, and gold. They set themselves up to be praised of the multitude. But the Lord is telling us here, don't be afraid of them. No matter uh, how much they say they're great, how much multitude they have worshiping them, don't join them and don't fear them. Again, it says, beware therefore that ye in no wise be like unto strangers, neither be ye afraid of them when ye see the multitude before them and behind them, worshiping them. But say ye in your hearts, O Lord, we must worship thee. See, we only worship Yahawashi Mashai, and we must worship Yahawashi Mashai in order to be saved and keep our crown. Verse 7, for my angel is with you, and I myself caring for your souls. For as for their tongue, it is polished by the workmen, and they themselves are gilded and laid over with silver, yet are they but false and could not speak. Right? Because these false prophets, they can speak smooth words, they know how to flatter, but they're not saying anything according to Yahweh Shem Shai. They're not saying anything. They're not saying nothing in the spirit. Their mouth is full of empty words. Verse 9, and taking gold as it were for a virgin that loveth to go gay, they make crowns for the heads of their gods. Sometimes also the priests convey from their gods gold and silver and bestow it upon themselves. You see that? Yet they will give thereof to the common harlots and deck them as men with garments, being gods of silver and gods of gold and wood. So these false prophets, these false priests, they make a false image, and then they take things of these false image and they put it of themselves. They make themselves that false image. They become one with the false gods, and they spoil themselves. They spoil harlots, and they accept the wicked. Verse 12 says, yet cannot these gods save themselves from rust and moths, though they be covered with purple remnant. They wipe their faces because of the dust of the temple, when there is much upon them. And he that cannot put to death one that offendeth him holdeth a scepter, as though he were a judge of the country. Right, and they too focus on cleaning the things of the world, the gold, they because they're so focused on wanting to shine, but they're not shining. They're not shining in the spirit. They're full of dust. So verse 15. Actually, let me start at verse 20. Jump to verse 21. Their faces are black through the smoke that cometh out of the temple. You see, they're burning up, man. See, the Lord said, "Your body is the temple." But see, these false prophets, they took another route. They sold off, and they stopped being the temple of Yahawashi. Now what they are is house of den, den of thieves, which is burning up. So they're burning up in the fire, man. They're not enduring the fire. Verse 22, upon their bodies and heads sit bats, swallows, and birds, and cats also. By this they may know that they are no gods, therefore fear them not. Notwithstanding the gold that is about them to make them beautiful, except they wipe off the rust, they will not shine. For neither when they were molten did they feel it. So again, hey, these guys are not shining because they don't have the light in them. They don't have the light of Yahweh Shai. All they have is gold and things of this world. You see? Okay. This is verse 25. The things wherein there is no breath are brought for a most high price. They are borne upon shoulders having no feet, whereby they declare unto men that they be nothing worth. They also that serve them are ashamed, for if they fall to the ground at any time, they cannot rise up again of themselves. Neither if one set them upright can they move of themselves, neither if they be bowed down can they make themselves straight. But they set gifts upon them, they set gifts before them as unto dead men. You see? And if something's beautiful that the Lord allows us to do, the Lord said, a righteous man may fall, but he gets up 7 times. We continue getting up because the Lord helps us get up. You see? But if you serve men, if you fall, these false prophets ain't gonna help you. They're gonna leave you right there where you fall, man. You see? Because these false prophets, they're not giving you the strength that you need. They're not giving you the nutrition that you need to strengthen your soul, strengthen your spirit. Remember, this is a narrow path. Only one man can go at a time. So it's very important that you are trained properly. It's very important that you have the light in you, so that when it's your turn to go in the straight gate, when you're walking the straight gate, you're gonna be able to see where you're walking and finish the race, finish the walk. You see, you need the light to see the footsteps of Yahweh Shai. Let me get my last precepts here. Okay, it says, right. Okay, jump down to verse 27. No, verse 36 says, they can save no man from death, neither deliver the weak from the mighty, They cannot restore a blind man to his sight, nor help any man in his distress. They can show no mercy to the widow, nor do good to the fatherless. Their gods of wood, and which are overlaid with gold and silver, are like the stones that be hewn out of the mountains. They that worship them shall be confounded. You see that? So that's why when Yahawashi, he gave sight to the blind men, he was healing the sick. Hey, these false prophets, they hated that because it was revealing and exposing where the true power is. It was exposing that these false prophets are false, you know, that they have no power. They didn't have the spirit because they weren't healing anybody. They were actually making things worse. Again, it says they can save no man from death. Yahushua did, you see? And what the Lord is doing, he's giving those powers to his men, you see? Because by blowing the trumpet, we're warning guys to return to Yahushua and to uh ultimately be saved by Yahushua. Verse 37, they cannot restore a blind man to his sight, nor help any man in his distress. They can show no mercy to the widow, nor do good to the fatherless. Their gods of wood, and which are overlaid with gold and silver, are like the stones that be hewn out of the mountain. That they worship them shall be confounded. So the multitude that's worshiping these false gods, they're also going to be cast out. They're going to be rejected, which they are today, because they're not repenting. And the doors of repentance are being shut. So it's going to be too late. So let me get my last precept here. Verse 47 says, for they left lies and reproaches to them that come after. You see? So whoever comes after these false prophets, they're giving lies, they're misleading them. You see? Because the they don't want the ones that come after to actually follow the Lord. But we're actually following the Lord because the Lord, he gave us that gift to discern. All right. Baruch 6 and verse 59 says, therefore it is better to be, let me see. Yep. Therefore it is better to be a king that showeth his power, or else a profitable vessel in an house which the owner should have use of, than such false gods, or to be a door in a house to keep such things safe as be therein, than such false gods, or a pillar of wood in a palace than such false gods. See that? So it's better to uh 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 be used of Yahawashi Mashai, be useful for the Lord, than to be false. Because the multitude in these false prophets, they like the false gods, they like the false way, because they get to hear what they want to hear for the flesh. It makes the flesh comfortable, you see. But the Lord lets us know that we have to flee from the things that our flesh like, and follow what the spirit, what is convenient for the spirit. Verse 60, let me see. For sun, moon, and stars being bright and sent to do their offices, their their jobs, are obedient. In like manner, the lightning, when it breaketh forth, is easy to be seen, and after the same manner the wind bloweth in every country. And when Yahawashi commandeth the clouds to go over the whole world, they do as they are bidden. Verse 63 is the point. And the fire sent from above to consume hills and woods doeth as it is commanded. But these are like unto them, neither in show nor power. Wherefore it is neither to be supposed nor said that they are gods, seeing they are able neither to judge causes nor to do good unto men. See that? So the Lord, the Lord lets us know, when a brother needs to be rebuked. And he also lets us know to accept rebuke, because it's all for the building of the house of David. It's all good for us. It's the Lord is building us up. But a man that doesn't know how to receive rebuke, or doesn't know how to judge and discern, you see, the Lord is not dealing with that man. Says verse 67, says, neither can they show signs in the heavens among the heathen, nor shine as the sun, nor give light as the moon. And you see, you got to show light. You got to show off your light. You got to embrace what the Lord gives you as a talent, or else the Lord is going to take it away from you. See, verse 6, this is my last precept, verse 73. Better therefore is the just man that hath none idols, for he shall be far from reproach. You see, and like the brothers we're going into today, you got to have a righteous balance. And when you have a righteous balance, you're going to be able to see what the Lord is giving you. You're going to be able to see how it feels compared, like when you're at work, when you're at the in the plantation, and then you come back to your house and you watch a movie and this and that, and then you read the scriptures. Hey, the Lord is always going to give you a message that connects to how your day was. He's going to make sure that you feel better. He's going to make sure that you are strengthened. He's going to make sure that you're well guided. Why? Because you're seeking him for a good purpose. So yeah, it's important to have a balance, and so that you can be able to see what this is for what it is. So this is let me get Revelation 20 and 15. See, because the Lord, he wants the best from you. So when you give your best, the Lord is pleased, and he knows when you're giving your best. So if you're making this a hamster wheel, if you're making this truth a hamster wheel, you're going to be you're gonna lose strength, man. You're not going to break down these things the way the sheep needs to receive it. When you take a break and you meditate and you pray to the Father, and you meditate on what Yahawashi was saying. You watch movies, because a lot of these movies, they do have lessons that are from the scriptures. And you talk to brothers, and you joke around with the true brothers, and you also go into serious matters. Hey, the the Lord will make sure that you are recharged enough so that you can go back and make lessons and make edifying lessons, man. So let me get Revelation 20 and 15. It says, "And whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into a lake of fire." You see that? So that's the second death. And you need to be on point so that you are written and abide in the book of life. And the way you're going to make sure that you are on point is examining yourself. You see? Examining what are you going into. Look at your lessons, or look at your breakdowns. What are you going into? Are you always going to the same thing over and over and over and over again, where you got to step back and do something about it? You see, because see, the thing is, the true men of the Lord, they're gonna want to be the best, among the best. We're not going to be thinking we're the best, but you're gonna want to be the best. That's why we consider our brothers better than ourselves, because we look at our brothers and we look at what they're doing, you see, and we get encouraged by it, you see. So with that, stay strong, brothers, and examine yourselves, and examine also the ones that you love, because again, iron sharpens iron, and we got to make sure that we are continually sharpening ourselves. And with that, let's give all praises, fear, and glory, and honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yashai, Ba'ashim, Rakakwadash, Abba Babal, and Shalom.